It sounds like a joke, the kind a Swede might tell about a Norwegian. Where are you building your new capital? Oh, just in the middle of Jotunheimen, a place called the Home of the Giants. It is a wild, beautiful, and very empty part of Norway. But it is not a joke. Here, among the highest mountains in northern Europe, a new city is rising. They call it Asgardheim. The idea seemed completely mad at first. Why put a capital city so far from everything? The Scandinavians, however, have their reasons. They say it is about starting fresh. It is about building a city that is closer to nature and to their shared history. A place that belongs to all of them, not just one country. The journey to Asgardheim is an adventure itself. You leave the familiar comforts of Oslo or Bergen behind. The roads become narrower, winding through deep valleys and alongside bright blue fjords. Then, you start to climb. The trees get smaller, and soon you are above the tree line. This is where the landscape truly opens up. You see vast spaces, stone and sky. The air feels different here, cleaner, colder. It feels ancient. It is in this grand empty space that the first buildings of the new capital are taking shape. They look small against the giant mountains, a testament to human ambition in the face of overwhelming nature. When the plan was first announced, people were skeptical. The Danes thought it was impractical. The Finns were quietly concerned about the logistics. The Swedes, ever the organized older sibling, probably made a very long list of all the potential problems. But the Norwegians, flush with oil money and a deep love for their mountains, pushed the idea forward. They argued that modern capitals are too crowded, too polluted, and too disconnected from the real world. A capital in Jotunheimen would be a symbol. It would show that progress does not mean forgetting where you come from. It would be a place for quiet thinking, not just loud politics. So here it is, a city being built from scratch. It is a strange mix of old and new. The architecture is ultra-modern, with clean lines and huge windows to let in the precious light. But the materials are all local stone from the mountainsides and wood from the valleys below. The city is designed to have a minimal impact on the environment. It runs on geothermal and hydroelectric power. Cars are not allowed in the city center. Instead, people use electric buses, bicycles, or their own 2 feet. It is an experiment, a bold vision for what a 21st century capital could be. A quiet, thoughtful place for a quiet, thoughtful people. Living in Asgardheim means accepting that nature is the boss. The mountains here are not just pretty backdrops, they are a powerful presence. The peaks of Galdhøpiggen and Glittertind, often covered in snow even in summer, watch over the city like ancient kings. They dictate the weather, which can change in an instant. One moment the sun is shining brightly, and the next, a thick fog rolls in, swallowing the entire valley. The people here have learned to respect this. They check the weather forecast not just once a day, but several times. They know that a beautiful morning can turn into a dangerous afternoon if you are not prepared for it. The wildlife is another constant reminder of where you are. It is not uncommon to see herds of wild reindeer moving across the high plateaus. You might spot a golden eagle soaring high above, searching for its next meal. In the forest on the lower slopes, moose wander between the trees, and the elusive wolverine makes its home. The residents of Asgardheim are not just living near nature, they are living inside it. This creates a special kind of relationship. People are careful not to disturb the animals. They understand that this land belonged to the creatures long before it belonged to them, and they are merely guests. The seasons in Jotunheimen are extreme, and they shape the rhythm of life. Winter is long, dark, and very cold. The sun barely rises above the horizon for months, and the landscape is buried under a thick blanket of snow. This could be depressing, but the Scandinavians are experts at surviving winter. They embrace it. They call it koselig or hygge. It is a time for cozying up indoors with candles, warm blankets, and good company. It is also a time for skiing. Cross-country skiing is not just a sport here. It is the main way to get around and enjoy the stunning, silent, white world. Summer, by contrast, is a burst of life and light. It is short but intense. The sun barely sets, creating a phenomenon known as the midnight sun. The valleys explode with green grass and colorful wildflowers. The people of Asgardheim pour outdoors to make the most of it. They hike the endless trails, fish for trout in the crystal-clear lakes, and climb the rocky peaks. This is when the community comes alive in a different way. The shared experience of a long dark winter makes the bright summer feel even more precious. Everyone is out, soaking up the sun and the energy of the mountains, storing it away for the darkness to come. So, why on earth did the leaders of Scandinavia choose this place? It seems counterintuitive. Capitals are usually centers of commerce and transport, easy to get to. Jotunheimen is the opposite of that. The reason, they explained, is precisely because it is so remote. The old capitals, Copenhagen, Stockholm, Helsinki, Oslo, are wonderful, but they are also products of a different time. They are tied to old rivalries and national identities. The vision for Asgardheim was to create a neutral ground, a place that belonged equally to all Scandinavians, a place where they could meet not as Danes or Swedes, but simply as Northerners. The location is also deeply symbolic. Jotunheimen is central to Norse mythology. It was the land of the giants, a place of immense power and primal energy. By building their new capital here, the Scandinavians are tapping into their shared heritage. It is a statement that their modern progressive societies are still connected to the ancient myths and sagas that shaped their culture. The leaders wanted a capital that would inspire big ideas. It is hard to have small thoughts when you are surrounded by giant mountains. They believe the dramatic landscape will encourage politicians and thinkers to tackle the world's biggest challenges with courage and creativity. There is also a practical, modern reason. In a world of digital communication, physical distance matters less. A government does not need to be in a bustling port city anymore. With high-speed internet and advanced video conferencing, officials in Asgardheim can be connected to the rest of the world instantly. This allows them to create a city focused on quality of life, not just economic efficiency. It is a place designed for people, not for cars or corporations. The goal was to build the world's first well-being capital, a city where the primary focus is on health, happiness, and a sustainable relationship with the environment. This focus on well-being is seen everywhere. The city is a hub for research into climate change, sustainable energy, and mental health. Scientists are drawn here by the unique environment and the city's clear purpose. The clean air, the quiet surroundings, and the emphasis on outdoor activity are all part of the plan. The leaders believe that a healthier, less stressed population leads to better decision-making. By placing their capital in this challenging but beautiful environment, they are making a bold statement about their priorities. They are choosing long-term vision over short-term convenience and community well-being over commercial hustle. Daily life in Asgardheim is a unique blend of high-tech work and simple living. Many residents are government officials, scientists, or researchers. They work in state-of-the-art buildings heated by the Earth's own warmth. Their jobs might involve complex data analysis or international diplomacy, but their lunch breaks often involve a quick ski trip or a walk by a glacial river. The houses are a marvel of Scandinavian design, compact, efficient, and incredibly cozy. Built from sustainable wood and insulated to withstand the harsh winters, they feature large windows to maximize sunlight and offer stunning views of the surrounding peaks. Food is another area where tradition meets innovation. Because of the short growing season, fresh vegetables are a challenge. But the people of Asgardheim are resourceful. They have vast underground hydroponic farms powered by geothermal energy, where they grow greens and herbs year-round. They also cherish local traditions. They fish for trout in the lakes, hunt for grouse and moose in the autumn, and forage for wild berries and mushrooms in the summer. A typical meal might be freshly baked rye bread with locally made cheese, smoked reindeer meat, and a salad grown just meters below the city's surface. Community is everything in a place this isolated. People rely on each other. There's a strong sense of shared purpose and mutual support. Neighbors help each other shovel snow in the winter and share tips on the best hiking trails in the summer. One of the most important traditions is the Sankthansafton, or Midsummer's Eve festival. On the longest day of the year, the entire community gathers. They light huge bonfires that burn through the night, sing traditional songs, and celebrate the light and life of summer. It is a powerful moment of unity, a reminder that they are all in this grand experiment together. Ultimately, Asgardheim is more than just a new city. It is a beacon for Scandinavia. It represents a shared hope for a future that is more sustainable, more collaborative, and more in tune with the natural world. It is a place where the 5 Nordic countries can work together on common goals, strengthening their bonds. The city is still young, and its future is still being written. But the hope is that it will grow into a capital that is known not for its power or its wealth, but for its wisdom. A quiet, resilient city in the home of the giants, showing the world a different way to live.